He loves cricket, that's one thing for sure. He absolutely loves cricket. Bhavya comes from a different country, different part of the world, different kind of conditions, different expectations around what cricket is. He brings a very different kind of mindset.
You can just tell straight away that he's a special character.
Cricket is my life. I do not want to, let go of that. It was a bit saddening that all my life I prepared for this particular moment. I just could not express myself the way I wanted to. I'm Bhavya Doshi, 24 years of age, from India, Kolkata specifically, the eastern part of India, and I am a cricketer. It's a beautiful city, it's a big city of 20 million people. Somehow there's a beauty in that chaos, but it's still the sports capital of India. It's a very different life. We have a lot of people, a lot of cricketers. So what we do is we just play cricket wherever we can. And the streets are crowded, there are lots of houses, people walking over, cars honking, bikes going on. And in the middle of all of that, we play cricket. It is beautiful, everybody gets involved, whatever your age is, whether you're a girl, whether you're a boy, whether you're old, whether you're injured, doesn't matter. Gully cricket, everybody plays, and the entire neighborhood comes to life when it happens. So in June or July of 2008 was the first time I actually enrolled into a proper cricket club, and that's where my formal training began. So I'm a fast bowler. My job is to open the bowling with a new ball and run in from 30 yards, bowl as fast as I can, hopefully get some movement off the wicket, just to make sure that the opening batters, who are the best batters in any batting team, my job is to get them out. I got a call from my club saying that you have been selected for the under 14 team. I was 13 and played my first ever game of professional cricket. India does not have a lot of concept of student athletes, so when you're a student, you're only a student. You either play or you study, you don't do both. And I chose to study at that time because I thought that college is more important at the moment. At the age of 14, my parents and I took a decision that this year I'll stop it because I have to focus on my board exams. And so I did. And then the following 2 years, I went back to playing professional cricket for a club called Baliganj Sporting Club in Kolkata. And then when I was 18, in my first year of college, I took a decision to move across the country to the west, to a place called Baroda, because that was then the cricketing powerhouse, and there were more opportunities there. I was in a very good state in my cricketing life. I was just about to go back home for my exams, for my final exam for my undergrads. And after that, I was supposed to fly back to Baroda for the summer, for the cricket summer. So everything was lined up perfectly. I went back home, and just as I reached the city, it was announced that India is going into lockdown.
Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi has ordered a 21-day lockdown to stem the spread of coronavirus. In a televised address, Modi said there would now be a total ban on leaving home.
The next few months was just nothing. There was no cricket, there was no studies, there was nothing, just life had paused.
Quite some big news coming in for sporting fans there. BCCI suspends all domestic cricket.
The worst part was the 2021 COVID outbreak.
In India, the pandemic continues to worsen, with more than 200,000 deaths officially confirmed.
In 2020, around November, December, everything began to open up. Training had resumed, practice had resumed, and exactly when the season was about to hit, the second wave of COVID began, which was deadly.
314,000 new infections in a single day. It's the worst coronavirus outbreak for any country.
The second wave was my time to shine professionally, and it just did not happen. 2021 summer, I went back to Baroda after 2 months being at home, and I was overwhelmed. I just wanted to bowl fast, because that's again a way of expression. When you're frustrated, when you're just annoyed, irritated, fast bowling helps you the most, because you just go and bowl as fast as you can. Just throw out all your energy, all your negative vibes into that ball. And just as I was supposed to do that, without warming up, I bowled a couple of deliveries, and I was just finding my mojo, I was finding my rhythm, and I tried to bowl as fast as I could, and I twisted my back. At that time was fine because I did not feel the pain, but these kind of muscular pains always develop over time. As the days, began going, the back began getting worsely affected. It was just awful. The pain was so bad I couldn't even walk, I couldn't even bend. It took 3, 4, 5 days without showing the doctor, and then finally I did, and it showed that I had developed plasms But what actually had happened, like on a later scan, revealed that I had twisted my lower back, which meant I was off for the entire season. And just like that, the third consecutive season, I was back in Kolkata, I was back home, not in Baroda expressing and playing cricket, but just back home. If you missed one season, it feels like 3 seasons. So if you miss 3 seasons, it feels like you've lost half your cricketing life. In India, at times you get lost in the competition, you get lost trying to prove yourself because society is so interconnected over there. You have to prove to everyone that you are the best. If you're good, they will make you a legend. But if you're bad, you basically failed in life. At times it takes a toll on your mental health. I was thinking of what I can do with my, with my backup career, and that's when it hit me that I do have a media degree in undergrads.
Bhavya Doshi.
So why not go into sports media, because obviously sports is my life. I never really had the exposure of going outside, abroad, traveling or just working, just wanting a different outlook towards life, because I was 23 and most people my age were going out, they were going abroad, they had already started working by that time. And I decided on UK because cricket over here is just, it's just so much better than any other country apart from India. So when I was looking at my options, I narrowed down on 4 or 5 universities, but Cardiff Met was probably the best decision because it was a very futuristic course.
I get emails from various international applicants who want to come on our course, and we get an increasing amount from India. So maybe about 12 months ago I get an email from Bhavya and I get a personal statement explaining why he wants to come to the UK to play cricket, to come to our course, and you can just tell straight away that he's a special character.
Part of the reason why I took Cardiff Met was also the Cardiff Met Cricket Club. Like a university cricket team in India is just a very alien concept, and then I come over here and they have regular practices, they attend their classes, and then they head straight to the sports hall to have a training session. That's exactly what I wanted to do.
As all cricket coaches do, as soon as you find out there's a player coming to you or looking to come to you, you go on their stats. Had a look at him and I thought, yeah, this guy's going to be good.
Cardiff Met Cricket Club is fascinating. It is an absolute melting pot of different cultures. They are from all over the world. But the thing that unites them is sport, is a love of sport and a love of cricket.
We absolutely celebrate our diversity, and something that I'm very proud of is something that I make it absolutely clear to all our players when they arrive at Cardiff Met how lucky they are to be a part of something like we are. It has taken time for us to get to where we are at the moment, but we're currently the national champions for cricket in the university sector, in the Bucks sector at men's level. We're blessed with talent, don't get me wrong. We're blessed with people who want to come and play Cardiff Met cricket, but I think culturally we've got it. We've got it in terms of what we're trying to do. We have a team of people who want to be there, and I think that that's probably what puts us ahead. The work that I've seen him produce has been excellent. Like, he's getting some really important kind of work in, especially in the world of cricket.
He's one of their best players. He's the first at training. He's always at lectures every day, so his discipline comes through what he does academically and what he does on the sports field. But what I've really liked about Bhavya is, whilst in Cardiff, he's tapped into his Indian culture. There's a restaurant he goes to on City Road every night to get a meal.
And this is where I do my shopping from. God, it's busy. Hate it.
He has found a way to enjoy what he loved from home, but also learn about our culture.
So this is cottage cheese, curry, a few vegetables here and there, and spice. I tried to make it once, the entire kitchen was wrecked. That's how bad it was, the attempt, and so I just come here now.
And I just think that takes such maturity to settle into a culture that's different to your own, but also hold on and celebrate your own heritage. So he's a real lesson to all of us that, it's great to get out of your comfort zone, to learn what it's like to live somewhere else, to try different foods, but it's also really important to tap into what's important to you and not forget your heritage.
I miss home a lot nowadays, but in a country of 1.4 billion people, where life is a race, if you stop, if you stumble, 10 people are going to overtake you. I come over here and life is slow, life is more relaxed, you know what's happening, you're aware of what's happening. I realized that I made the best decision of my life. It made me move on from a life full of injuries and problems and mental health issues and wondering whether I can make it big or not. The conditions over here, the resources you have in Wales just allows you to express yourself the way you want to. When you're always in the same conditions, when you're always in the within the same kind of people, life becomes very monotonous. And you come over here and you see people think about life so differently. Here, life is just better. I don't think much about the future because of the journey I've had. But I do have plans, I have targets where I can have a full-time employment, where I can be a full-time paid professional cricketer. The target is to do as good as possible in both these spheres. And when I come over here and I can do that, it's a beautiful feeling.